First guests are representing an organization that provides services for visually impaired. Is that correct? And here to tell us more about their services and programs is Vision's Senior Administrator, Betsy Fabricant, and Vision's BRONX Advisory Board member, John Bonizio. We welcome you guys to the show.
Thank you, Bob.
All righty.
Thank you.
So tell us about it. I mean, why did we start this? How did it start? Where did it come from? Are you here in the Bronx?
We're everywhere in New York City, let me tell you. Vision started 85 years ago. This is our 85th anniversary, so we've been around a long time. And the organization was originally founded by a group of women who were tired of knitting blankets for blind people. So they bought a home up in Rye, New York, and started bringing blind people from New York City up there for retreats. And eventually it grew into a nonprofit organization. We serve over 5,000 people from all 5 boroughs in New York City in a variety of programs and services. So people who are blind or visually impaired, starting from infancy to in their 90s, can take advantage of different programs and services. Our goal is to promote the independence of people of all ages who are blind.
And, and John, you're a member?
I'm a member of the advisory board, the BRONX Advisory Board. Our goal is primarily to raise awareness about what Visions does. And of course, there's always the fundraising portion of it, because all of Vision's services are free to the public and people in need. So,
Betsy, let's talk about some of those services.
Well, what's unique about Visions is that we individualize all of our services. And we come to the homes of blind people and teach them how to live independently. So if somebody needed to walk in their neighborhood, to go to the grocery store, to go to a doctor's appointment, we'll teach them mobility skills so they can travel safely. In their homes, they need to know how to cook and how to keep an appointment and make a phone call or sew a button on. We teach them whatever skills they need to live independently. And most people feel that everyone who is blind is totally blind and doesn't see a thing. But to be legally blind, you can have some vision.
Like our governor.
Yes, like our governor. Exactly. And now he's reaching out to get services so that he can be independent at home.
What about technology?
Yeah, technology is critical.
Yeah, there's a huge need for this in the community, and whenever there's a need for something, some entrepreneur is going to come along and take what's available and make it work. You think about the blind and visually impaired, and you think about people walking around with dogs and canes, but there is a tremendous amount of technological innovative devices that people can use today who are very, very, in the past would have been known as legally blind, who are actually functioning with computers and television monitors and things that make them pretty much functional even in the workplace today.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of people. I mean, there's a guy that really listens to the radio show that I do. And he communicates, he has a little board that he carries, it looks like an iPad. I think it's something different.
It's a Braille note.
Braille note.
Exactly, and we train blind people on computer sciences, we teach computer programs, we teach job development skills so that people can be independent. All of this is at our center on 23rd Street called Visions at Sellis Manor.
23rd Street, Manhattan?
In Manhattan. And people come from all 5 boroughs to take classes there, and everything is free. Everything's free. So we teach not just computer programs on PCs, but also on Apple, which is accessible right out of the box. So some people with less vision, that have no vision, will use a program that has sound adaptation, whereas others might use an enlarging, a screen enhancement program, so that all the letters on the screen can be blown up very large. So we teach a lot of technology, and it's very popular, and it's critical if you're going to be successful in the work world. So he uses this Braille note, which actually translate. He can type onto it in Braille, and it'll translate it into print. He hooks it up to his computer. He can read documents that way. Yeah.
I have another friend. He's a friend of the show also. Sometimes I just try to joke around. He loves it. He wants to be treated like a regular person.
Exactly.
So I guess he was a Vietnam vet, and I think he sees shadows, but very vague. I always come up to him and I get up behind him and I'll just grab him like that. He says, "Oh, Dr. Bob Lee." So how did you know that? I think you can see. But people, they have these senses. They have other senses that they use.
That's amazing. It's amazing how the other four senses become heightened
kick in.
when someone loses one. And it's, you know, to be able to watch people who you would think are, you know, for lack of a better term, handicapped, which puts you in a position where you're a little bit, you treat them differently. And then you see some of the things they could do, and they put you to shame at some stuff.
And often they have to be trained. I mean, your hearing may not be very acute, but if you lose your sight,
Not like his.
and you need to go across the street in Manhattan or in the Bronx, you need to learn those skills to pay attention to your hearing. So you can hear if the cars are going parallel to you or perpendicular to you. You can hear when people start to move across the street, so you can travel safely. And those are all the kinds of skills that our professional staff teach blind people.
He's good at it. Oh, that's a cab.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Chevy right there. Watch that truck, Bob.
Right.
He's really good at it. He's the heightened sense of hearing.
And that's the importance of, I think, what Visions does, is it opens up a world for that. Down at Sealis Manor, which is what Betsy was just telling, where they do the computer training, they also have a bowling alley, and they teach people how to bowl. So there's a physical component as well as a technical.
Right. Fitness classes.
Yeah, because you're blind doesn't mean you have to stop exercising and just stop your life.
No.
You know.
Basically, a blind person can do anything a sighted person can do with adaptations,
except
drive a car.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think my
and maybe
friend
that's
can drive
coming
a car.
too. That might be the next step.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow. So did anybody's qualified to get involved, or how does it work?
Yes, anyone can call Visions. Our number is 212-625-1616. We will connect you to the type of service you need. Not only do we offer free classes, like John said, everything from bowling and yoga and fitness to book clubs and movie clubs and library and radio station. We have our own radio station at Sealis Manor. There you go. That people can get involved with. We also run Vision Center on
exactly
Blindness.
where you are. Yeah,
yep,
you go
between
for
6th and 7th Avenue on 23rd Street. So people call us. We'll connect you to the type of service if you want training in your homes. We also have an intergenerational program, which is very important to our seniors. Many blind seniors are frightened to come out.
Yeah.
The teens that we hire, high school students, go visit the blind seniors in their homes. They read mail. They go shopping for them. They take them to appointments.
Yes.
This is also critical for someone's independence and also
Sure.
to reduce isolation and to feel part of a community.
Wow. The seniors who have that problem are probably very frightened, you know.
And many people are just losing their sight. As they age, they lose their sight.
Now, how do you handle somebody who wants to get involved with your program who has just lost their sight?
Well, the first thing we would do is have them see an eye professional to get an eye exam. And then we then can provide free programming to them, free training. Once we've been, you know, once we know what their condition is, we meet with them, we talk to them about what their needs are, what we can do to help them, and then we send our professional staff to their home to do an evaluation, or we invite them into our offices at Sealis Manor and participate in programs.
That's one of the main functions of the advisory committee, is to heighten awareness about this, particularly in the optometric-ophthalmological community.
Say that again?
The optometric and ophthalmological community.
I say it 5 times real fast.
I can say it 3 times. But what we need to do more often than not, especially with the senior citizens who, because of diseases like macular degeneration, may have had active lives for a very long time, and then all of a sudden now they have this visual impairment, which can be very depressing at an older age. It's a lot more different than it is if you're young and it happens to you. You learn to cope. But when you're older, you have a tendency to think back. And I think that there needs to be more awareness from people in the eye care community, professionals in the eye care community, that it doesn't end when you can't do anything more for them physically, because there is that human component, and that's where Vision steps in.
There you go.
And we have programs for families also. In addition to the seniors, we have programs for families with blind children, so that we can help educate the parents on resources and networking. They come to our facility in Rockland County, the whole family, for a week session in the summer, and there's a beautiful swimming pool and a lake and a computer center. And we work with the children and teach them skills, and the parents get to observe and reinforce those skills in their home.
Excellent. Give us a number to the headquarters.
212-625-1616. And just ask for anyone there will help you. Just call that number and we'll be happy to help you and connect you to your own independence if you have a vision problem.
Facebook or website?
Website is www.visionsVCB for Vision Center on Blindness.
There you go. Visions. Betsy, Fabricant, and John Bonizio. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming by.
Sure.
Come back again and share some more information.
Okay.
We need a whole show for this. You know, it's really important. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I've got to take another break, but up next we'll help you get your child up to speed in school with Jump Start. Stay tuned right here on Open.